Have you ever scrolled through social media and felt like everyone else is winning except you? Have you ever looked at someone's success and instantly felt behind, as if your own progress somehow didn't matter? And the more you compare, the smaller you feel inside. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In today's world, comparison has become second nature. But here's the truth: comparison is a thief. It doesn't just steal your joy, it can rob you of your motivation, your confidence, and your belief in yourself. That's why today, we're going to talk about breaking free from the comparison trap, reclaiming your self-worth, and building a life that's truly yours. If you want more real, practical, and inspiring advice like this, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join a community that's focused on becoming the best version of themselves without the constant pressure of being someone else.
1. Why comparing destroys self-worth. Comparison is a mental habit that seems harmless at first, until it quietly poisons your self-esteem. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you're living life by someone else's scoreboard. The problem? You never actually know their whole story. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. The promotions, vacations, and picture-perfect smiles you see are often just the curated tip of a much larger, messier iceberg. What you don't see are their failures, insecurities, and struggles. But your mind conveniently forgets this gap in information and assumes you're falling short in some invisible contest you never signed up for. Every time you compare, you tell yourself, "I'm not enough." That inner voice chips away at your self-worth and turns your achievements invisible. It doesn't matter how much progress you've made, your brain dismisses it as insignificant compared to someone else's seemingly bigger win. This is dangerous because your self-esteem stops being based on your own growth and starts depending entirely on external validation. That's like building your house on quicksand. One bad comparison and the whole structure collapses. The truth is, you will always find someone richer, smarter, more attractive, or more successful, because the game of comparison has no finish line. What's worse is that comparison creates an addiction to measuring your worth externally. You start scanning social media or listening to gossip not out of genuine interest, but to see where you stand in the invisible rankings. This drains mental energy and leaves you constantly anxious about whether you're keeping up. In this state, even your wins feel hollow because they're not about your joy, they're about proving something to someone else. And that's a losing battle, because someone else will always outdo you eventually. Comparison also distorts reality. When you only look at others through the lens of what they have that you don't, you overlook your own blessings entirely. You stop noticing the skills, relationships, and moments that make your life unique and valuable. It's like looking at a garden full of beautiful flowers, but only focusing on the weeds. You convince yourself the garden is worthless, when in reality, it's already flourishing. Ultimately, comparison isn't just a thief of joy, it's a slow eroder of identity. The more you compare, the less you know about what truly makes you happy, because your life becomes reactive rather than intentional. You chase other people's dreams, wear their styles, and mimic their paths, until one day you realize you've lost touch with who you really are. The first step in breaking free is recognizing that the scoreboard you've been using is imaginary, and you don't have to play the game at all. 2. Building self-awareness and perspective. Breaking free starts with self-awareness. Ask yourself, why am I comparing? What am I really looking for in this person's life that I think I don't have in mine? Often, comparison points to an insecurity or an unfulfilled desire we haven't addressed. If you envy someone's financial success, perhaps it's because you've been ignoring your own need for stability. If you feel inferior to someone's social life, maybe it's a sign you've been craving deeper connections. Instead of letting comparison spiral into self-loathing, treat it like a signpost pointing toward what matters to you. Perspective is your weapon here. Instead of seeing someone's success as proof that you're behind, reframe it as proof that it's possible. Their win doesn't mean your loss, it's simply a different chapter in a different book. This shift requires humility and patience. Humility because you need to accept that you're not in competition with anyone else. Patience because your chapter might take longer to unfold. Life is not a synchronized race where everyone hits milestones at the same age or in the same order. It's a deeply personal narrative, and sometimes the most beautiful moments come after a long season of waiting. One of the most effective ways to develop perspective is to zoom out mentally. Think about where you were 5 years ago. Back then, you might have been comparing yourself to others in ways that seem laughable now. You may even realize that some of the people you envied then are now facing struggles you wouldn't want. Life's circumstances are always shifting. Today's leader might be tomorrow's learner, and vice versa. When you understand that everyone's journey is full of peaks and valleys, you stop fixating on where you rank at a single moment in time. Self-awareness also means understanding your triggers. Maybe scrolling through certain social media accounts always leaves you feeling inadequate. Maybe conversations with a particular friend tend to spiral into subtle one-upmanship. Recognizing these patterns allows you to set boundaries, not to avoid people or platforms entirely, but to protect your mental space while you're building your inner stability. Over time, you can engage without falling into the comparison trap. Finally, perspective reminds you that fulfillment doesn't come from winning the comparison game. It comes from living in alignment with your own values. You could be at the top of the scoreboard in money, status, or fame and still feel empty if those things don't match your deeper priorities. When you shift your focus from "how do I measure up" to "am I living the life I want?", you free yourself from the endless treadmill of external validation.
3. Setting your unique life goals. One of the fastest ways to kill comparison is to get crystal clear on your own path. Ask yourself, what do I actually want in life? Not what society expects, not what my friends are doing, not what Instagram says is success. Without clarity, your mind will default to chasing whatever it sees others achieving because it mistakes visibility for value. But when you define your goals with precision, you have an internal compass that keeps you steady, even when the world tries to distract you with shiny but irrelevant achievements. Unique goals anchor you. They stop you from drifting into envy because you're too busy moving towards something that matters to you. If your goal is to write a novel, you won't waste energy feeling bad that someone else just got promoted in a career you don't care about. If your dream is to live a peaceful, simple life in nature, you won't feel inadequate when a friend buys a luxury apartment in the city. Your goals don't have to be flashy or impressive to others. They just have to light you up inside. That's the real definition of success. Creating unique goals also forces you to evaluate your values. Do you value freedom over stability, creativity over security, depth over variety? Once you know this, you can design a life that's satisfying to you, even if it looks unremarkable to outsiders. This is powerful because it makes your progress measurable in your own terms, not by anyone else's scoreboard. To make these goals truly effective, they need to be both ambitious and realistic. Ambitious enough to inspire you, but realistic enough that you can see progress within a reasonable time frame. Break them down in the smaller milestones so that every step feels like a win. This builds momentum and protects you from the demoralizing feeling of being behind. When you're celebrating your own progress regularly, you spend far less time worrying about how others are doing. Finally, remember that your goals are living things. They can evolve as you grow. Just because you set a goal 5 years ago doesn't mean you have to be bound to it forever. If you outgrow it, adjust it. If life changes your priorities, pivot. The point isn't to prove loyalty to a single vision, it's to keep creating a life that feels true to you at each stage. When you live this way, comparison loses its grip entirely because you're too focused on your own unfolding story to get lost in someone else's. 4. Celebrating your small wins. Most people wait until they hit a huge milestone before they celebrate. and that's why they burn out or quit. They believe celebration is reserved for the final victory lap, not the small, shaky steps along the way. But the truth is, the final goal is often months or years away, and if you withhold recognition until then, your journey becomes a dry march instead of an inspired climb. Instead, train yourself to notice and celebrate the small victories, finishing that workout, making that difficult phone call, waking up earlier, learning a new skill. Every small win is proof you are moving in the right direction, even when the mountain still looms large ahead. When you celebrate small wins, you build momentum. Each step becomes a source of pride rather than another reminder of how far you still have to go. Progress stops feeling invisible because you're tracking it in real time, and your mind learns to link effort with reward. This is not about inflating your ego. It's about reinforcing the truth that you are capable, consistent, and improving. The more you acknowledge progress, the less power comparison has over you, because your focus is on your growth, not someone else's highlight reel. Small wins are like compounding interest for your confidence. One win gives you a spark, another win fans the flame, and soon the fire sustains itself. Psychologists call this the progress principle. Our motivation thrives when we can see and feel ourselves advancing. Without that recognition, even the most disciplined person risks falling into the trap of believing their efforts don't matter. A simple ritual, writing down one win at the end of each day, can be enough to rewire your brain to notice growth instead of gaps. There's also a subtle psychological shift that happens when you celebrate the small things. You begin to trust yourself more. Every win is a data point that says, I keep my promises to myself. Over time, your identity starts to align with being a person who follows through, and that identity fuels further action. The victory isn't just about the task you completed. It's about the proof you gathered that you can rise to challenges, again and again. People often ask, but won't celebrating too early make me complacent? The opposite is true. Celebration, when done mindfully, doesn't end the journey, it energizes it. Think of it like taking a drink of water during a marathon. You don't stop running just because you quenched your thirst. You run better because you did. Acknowledging a win doesn't make you stop. It makes you stronger for the miles ahead. Ultimately, small wins are not small at all. They are the building blocks of everything big. The novel is written one paragraph at a time. The marathon is completed one stride at a time. The thriving business is built one decision at a time. If you can train yourself to see and celebrate these incremental victories, the big dream becomes inevitable, not intimidating. By valuing each step, you turn what could have been a grind into a deeply rewarding process. And when the day of the big win finally comes, you'll realize that the true joy was never just in the destination. It was in learning to honor yourself every step of the way.
5. Crafting a life aligned with your values. The ultimate freedom comes when your life reflects your core values. Most people live in a silent tug-of-war between what they believe matters and what they actually spend their time pursuing. If you value freedom, maybe success means working for yourself and designing a flexible schedule. If you value family, maybe success means being present for every important moment, even if it means earning less. Once you define your values, comparison loses its grip because you're no longer chasing someone else's dream. You stop competing in a race you never wanted to run in the first place. A values-driven life gives you clarity, peace, and resilience. Clarity, because your decisions become simpler when you measure them against your values instead of trends or expectations. Peace, because you no longer feel the constant anxiety of trying to keep up with standards that aren't your own. Resilience, because when challenges arise, you can endure them knowing your struggle serves something deeply meaningful to you. You stop asking,
am I doing as well as they are? And start asking, am I living in a way that feels right for me? That's where real fulfillment begins. Living in alignment with your values also means you set boundaries more easily. When you know what matters most, you naturally protect it. If honesty is a core value, you will speak up even when it's uncomfortable. If health is a value, you will guard your rest and nutrition. Without values as a guide, boundaries feel like random rules, easy to break under pressure. But when they're rooted in your deepest principles, they feel non-negotiable, because breaking them would mean betraying yourself. Crafting this kind of life requires ruthless self-honesty. You have to ask, what do I truly care about? What energizes me? What drains me? Sometimes the answers are inconvenient. You may discover you've been chasing goals that don't matter to you simply because they impressed others. That's a painful realization, but it's also liberating, because now you can course correct. Your values act as a compass, pointing you back to what's authentic. The beauty of a values-driven life is that it gives you a unique definition of success. For one person, success might be owning a beachfront villa. For another, it might be living in a small cabin surrounded by nature. For one person, it's working 80 hours a week on a mission they love. For another, it's working 20 hours a week to leave more time for art, family, or community service. There is no universal scoreboard, only alignment or misalignment with what you believe matters most. And here's the paradox. Once you stop chasing other people's dreams, you often find yourself achieving more of your own. That's because your energy is no longer scattered or diluted. It's fully invested in what lights you up. You move from living reactively, constantly adjusting to external pressures, to living intentionally, shaping each day according to your chosen priorities. This kind of life is quieter, yes, but also richer. It feels less like running on a treadmill and more like walking your own path, one step at a time toward a destination you chose. And that is the kind of success that comparison can never take away.
You can't live your best life if you're constantly trying to live someone else's. The comparison trap is a cage you build yourself, and you also hold the key. Build self-awareness, set your own goals, celebrate every step, live by your values. That's how you break free. So, the next time you catch yourself comparing, pause and remember, you are running your own race, and your race is worth winning. If this message resonated with you, subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and start building your own path today. Because you are enough. You always have been.